Hi, I'm Jay Jacobs, and welcome to another episode of Going Beyond the Scale. On Monday, Motivation Monday, I shared with you an idea that I wanted to get people to start thinking about, and it's been amazing because all week long, I've been getting people DMing me, emailing me, talking to me about this idea of what is your tennis ball. And in simple terms, I'll probably later today I'll put a link back in of what I was sharing on Monday. In simple terms, the idea is, think of a dog. Have you ever seen, even if you don't have a dog, if you've ever seen a dog see a tennis ball and you throw that tennis ball, that dog goes crazy. They will go for hours on end just going after the tennis ball. The point is they're passionate, they're excited, they're enthusiastic. They will just probably drop dead until you stop throwing the ball. So anyway, my point was a metaphor. I wanted you to think about as you're living the life that you love, or you want to live the life that you love and live it well, what would be your tennis ball? Now, that's a big open thing that you can check into. And I didn't give you there was no like methodology. It wasn't to give you a course. It was just to get you to start to ponder it. Now, when I share things with everyone, when I'm coaching people or I'm navigating people or I'm just speaking, I don't share things with you that I don't ponder myself. So when I did that on Monday, what was happening was all week long, I was ruminating on, well, okay, what is my tennis ball? And my challenge, anybody that knows me, what my tennis ball is the challenge that I have tons of them. Like I have over the years, I've got tennis balls. I have restaurant ideas. I have book ideas. Jenny wanted me to do a food van one time. Years ago, I was going to do a product line for Starbucks called Garden Grounds. Before Trader Joe's came out with the everything bagel seasoning, probably 25 years ago, I had that idea. I was going to do a thing with my mother where she was going to do this amazing chocolate sauce. That was another idea. I probably had 30, 40, 50 book ideas. I've had corporate jobs. I've started a business that was an international business. If you follow me at all, I have an idea almost every single day. So my brain is like always going someplace, doing something, because I grew up really basically like a serial entrepreneur. So I had a hard time thinking about if I had to do one thing, doesn't mean I could not ever do anything ever again. But if I was really to get focused, what would I do? And so all week long, I just kept thinking about it. Now, yesterday, we moved 4 years ago from a 4-bedroom house. 4-bedroom house, stuff in the garage, stuff in the basement, stuff in every room from years of constantly, doing what you do. You become a husband and a wife, and you have kids, and you have a house, and you buy cars, and you create this life. Well, when Kim and I decided to downsize and move from a 4-bedroom house into an apartment, we literally got rid of almost every single thing we had, except, things that were really important to us. I'm not a big hang on to things person. I don't collect a bunch of stuff. So it was easy for me to get rid of stuff. And I did. Now, when we moved into an apartment, I got rid of tons of things, but I still since I'm in the idea mode, I'm always pulling things. I'm pulling books. I'm pulling scraps of paper. I write things down. I make notes of stuff. Yesterday, as I was pondering, what is my tennis ball? Early in the morning, I decided, you know what? I have a batch of stuff that I've been still hanging on to, and I want to be able to just let go of it, because my knowledge is, my experience is that when you make space, when you create a clearing, when you have like a blank slate, literally the universe opens up and you start to get really clear. And for me, a big exercise that I need to really practice is being clear, being focused. So I went through everything that I wanted to get rid of. I had about 6 bags of what I turned into garbage. Kim was not pleased because a couple of things that I threw away were things that she and I had worked on, and they're comps for a book that I called Just Begin It, that I started like 15 years ago, Just Begin It. And I did, and I got it done, and I put it together, but I never published it. And I'm like, you know what? I got to get rid of these things I talk about stuff on the shelf, but I need to get rid of the stuff that's just clogging what I want to really do. So I did. I got rid of all of it. That was really not I was really passionate about doing. So as you can see up here, going beyond the scale, this idea has been pretty much in the making for my 63 years of life. But to be perfectly frank, it's been 10 years in the making. Over the past 10 years after Biggest Loser, I have been in this whole rumination, trying to figure things out, really figuring out what do I want to do. I don't want a quote unquote regular job. I want to be able to do something that's really a big idea that could do something for my friends, my family, for people overall. So I've been carving away at it, trying to figure this out. But after I asked all of you guys on Monday, what's your tennis ball? This week, I was like, I don't care what's going to happen before this week is over. I'm going to get really clear on that. So you've seen all the tennis balls I've thrown in the back. This, for me, it's not new. You'll hear how I've kind of clarified it. This is not a new idea, but I got really clear on what this is. And it's a big idea. And it's a big idea not because I came up with it, but it's a big idea because it affects tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of people. It's so big that it's a really big idea. It's a really big tennis ball. It's not just a little tennis ball. This is a monstrous tennis ball that I am going to be pursuing even more vigorously than I've been pursuing. And I've been pursuing this for a while. Going Beyond the Scale has been the catalyst for that. As I started doing this and having these conversations and sharing things, and people are responding back and forth. What happened was this morning, you guys see me, I'm a voracious reader, okay? And so this is one of the books that I'm working with. And I love this book because there's a lot of science, there's a lot of information here that has to do with our metabolism. So I had cleared out all this stuff. I had given myself space. I didn't even go down and work out in the morning, which I do normally most of the time. I just said, I need to sit on the balcony and I need to just put my head into something and allow it to come to me. And if you saw the picture that was me on the balcony, that is not a staged picture. Kim doesn't usually take pictures of me, but I'm on the balcony. I said, come on outside. She says, no, I don't want to come outside. It's damp out there. It was a little bit damp, but not really damp. So I'm sitting on the deck, on the balcony, not the deck, the balcony. I got a big pen in my mouth because I love working with a big pen. I got my trusty yellow highlighter, and I'm sitting there with Sean Stevenson's book, Eat Smarter. And it was as if like I just got this download, and I decided in that moment, I know what my tennis ball is. I know what I'm going to do. I know what I'm passionate about. I know I could, like I told Gloria, and she's behind the scenes here, I could talk about this for like 5 hours because all of a sudden everything started opening up. All the ideas, like it was almost like a blueprint started opening up. So I'm not going to, I know I'm fire hosing you guys right now. That's just because I'm passionate and excited about it. So I'm not going to do all of that, but I want to just give you, this is and I'll post this later so you can see this, okay? This is a little piece that I wrote this morning that was very clear. See my little quick highlighted thing of a tennis ball. On 4/10/21, which is April 10th, 21, it's 7:17 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. In quotes, I said, I'm declaring my tennis ball. So here's what my tennis ball is. Inspiring and supporting every person in the world to create a whole new story and lifestyle about the tail of their scale. Hashtag tag I'm it, sign my name, little smiley face. So here's the point. There's people that you can listen to how to exercise. There's people that tell you how to eat healthy on a vacation. There's people who will tell you eat gluten-free, eat keto, eat XYZ, eat all this stuff. None of it's wrong. You need to, quite frankly, figure out what you want to do. But I will tell you that the thing that's missing is everybody, myself and everybody included, is using a way to measure their success that doesn't work. It's screwing all of us up. People are screwed up in their head about what they're doing or not doing because of their traditional bathroom scale, their doctor's scale. And quite frankly, it's great. The body composition scales came out and there's all over the place, but people really don't know what a lot of that means. What do I do with it? Because it's not just the numbers on the scale. That's why I call this going beyond the scale. So I have been 10 years in the making, having been somebody that literally, it sounds funny, but being someone that was on a reality show, Biggest Loser, and each week we lived and died by whatever was going on the scale. So when I got home and I started just thinking through, what am I going to do? How am I going to contain and have a healthy lifestyle the rest of my life? I started using myself as kind of a test pilot to do that. I've learned a lot. I've listened a lot. I've read a lot. And I will tell you, the one thing that people, if they don't get clear with this, are never going to be able to get to a place where they feel good about themselves. about their health and well-being until they understand the stuff that I'm going to share, which is in Going Beyond the Scale. And I'm going to be able to help people have a whole new way of thinking about the tail of their scale, because without that, it doesn't work. And a great metaphor for that would be two things. If you were driving your car and your speedometer was giving you false readings all the time, and you thought you were going okay, but all of a sudden you get pulled over, you got a ticket, and you're like, well, officer, I was going the right speed. Well, you weren't, because you didn't understand how your speedometer was working. Or if you went to the ATM and you went to the bank and you thought you had X amount of dollars in the bank, but you actually don't. The point is, numbers matter. And if you don't understand how the numbers matter to you and your well-being and your metabolism and your health, you're never going to get this figured out. You're going to go up, you're going to go down, like we all do. That's why for years I was up 100 pounds, down 100 pounds, back and forth, back and forth. Whether you need to lose 5 pounds, 10 pounds, or forget whether you need to. I'm going to take away the word need. Need is like a 4-letter word. I'm not talking about it so that you have to do something or that you're wrong if you're a certain particular size. I'm just saying that if you want to finally get to a place where you actually know what's going on with your body composition, with your health and well-being from a perspective that will help you and serve you versus slaying you, that's what's going on. That's what I'm going to be doing. That's my tennis ball that I am committed to spending my life energy on. Will I do something else? Will I add to it? I may. But this is my biggest driver. It became so clear when I got rid of all my clutter this morning. All my clutter is gone. It created this massive open space to get focused on what makes the most sense to me, that I can be of service to other people. And it's not that I have all the answers. I want to be clear. I do not have all the answers, but I do know enough to know who to talk to and ask questions and invite them into the conversation and share that with more people. So basically, I am a catalyst, a connector for a lot of really smart people that are out there, from doctors, scientists, all kinds of people, nutritionists, trainers, all kinds of people that I'm going to be speaking with and sharing what's possible for you. That's what I'm going to do. So I want to be clear. I am not the subject matter expert. I am a layperson that literally knows what it's like to live and die by the scale. And I have a whole new relationship in what I've learned. And I am committed to share this with you guys, because I'm telling you, we're looking at some things that are not helping us. Just looking at your food, just thinking about how you're exercising, that's great. But quite frankly, you know as well as I do, there isn't a person that's going to watch this isn't going to tell me that they at some point in time are so pissed off because they quote unquote did everything right. They did all this stuff and nothing's working. Nothing's working. Well, the problem is you didn't think something was working. Things were working exactly as they needed to be or were going to be based upon your body. You just didn't understand how to read them. That's what Going Beyond the Scale is. And understand, it sounds like that's all I'm focusing on. No, Going Beyond the Scale goes back to 2 parts. Living the life that you love and living it well. Okay, that's what I'm committed to. That's the bigger picture. Right now, you're going to see me focusing a lot on living it well from the perspective of no matter what your size is, what your shape is, unless your body's serving you in a way that you have energy, you have enthusiasm, you can do what you want to do to live the life that you love, you're being held back. And so I kind of decided back and forth when I'm getting feedback from people, okay, chicken and the egg. You saw me talk about chicken and the egg. Well, I've decided that the thing that I'm going to spend the first biggest amount of time on is going to be on getting everybody to look at going beyond their scale, which will serve them in living life well. And at the same time, I'm going to be able to be working with everybody and supporting you about creating the life that you love. So thank you for being here. I've never been clearer in my entire life about what I'm doing. That's probably why you saw my 3 freaking posts. And you're going to see me just keep ramping this up. Send in your comments, your ideas, your thoughts. Thank you so much for everybody that's been here over the past few months as I've been in this kind of rumination process, really trying to get clear on what I wanted to be able to share. And I'm so glad that from Monday, when I introduced this idea on Motivation Monday, you guys were responding to me, asking me, so what, all well and good, Jay, but what's your tennis ball? Well, because of you guys, thank you. I know what my tennis ball is now. This is my serve to you guys. Please share with others. Stay tuned. Be involved. be part of the community, expand the community. And my commitment to you is that when I get done sharing what I know and the people that I know that are going to help us all, you're going to be truly living the life that you love and living it well. That's my promise. That's my commitment. That's my tennis ball. Thanks, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow.